Hello, welcome to the tutorial on professional courses quizzes on gurukulportal.com on a mobile device. So what you want to do is first grab your mobile device and navigate to gurukulportal.com from any web browser. Once you're there, scroll to the top and you'll see that there's 4 bars on the top right. We can click on them and then click on the Quiz Me section. Here you can see Gurukul automatically generates a random quiz ID for the current quiz you're taking. Or if you're logged into your Gurukul portal account, you can retake an old quiz that you've already done, making sure that your account is registered with Gurukul portal. Then we can scroll down and see that we can select multiple course types, exam bodies, and grades. In this video, we're going to go over professional courses. So we can click professional courses, the exam body, let's say certification courses, the grade Microsoft Azure, and then subject. We can click any certification we want from Azure. Let's suppose we want the first one, AZ103. Then if we want to go into specific chapters and topics, we can click them and then practice those. However, if we're practicing for the exam as a whole, we can leave them blank to get the whole topic in this quiz. So then we can select the number of questions we want, in this case 7. And the time, we can set it for 30 minutes, we can set it for 60 minutes, we can even set it for 5 hours if we want. However, in this tutorial, we're going to go over 3 minutes. And then we can also input the question source, contributor, and difficulty level in our actual quiz. However, to simulate exam conditions, the question's difficulty won't always be extremely hard or extremely easy. They're going to be some variation, which Gurukul portal can simulate if you leave those sections blank. So now once we've filled in all the boxes, what we can do is click on the Quiz Me button. Then as we can see, the quiz was created successfully, and we can click Attempt. So as soon as we click Attempt, the timer is going to start that we set. And in the title, we can see all of the sub categories we put to generate this quiz. And if we go down, we can see that we have the question and the possible answers. Then just below that, we have the scroll wheel that has the time elapsed so far in the quiz. And below that, we can see the total number of questions we have, which is 7, and the duration, which is 3 minutes. And so far, it says we've answered 0 questions. So let's go up, let's answer a question, boom, 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 answer. And in some cases, you have to answer more than one answer. So let's suppose we have boom and boom. So we can answer more than one answer for a question. But let's suppose we don't know the answer to this question. Well, if we scroll down, we can see that so far it says we've answered 2 questions and we are on question 3. So now, let's suppose we don't know the answer to this question. We can simply click next. And if we scroll down, we can see that it still remains at 2 total answered questions because we didn't answer the ones before. And now if we go up, answer this question, go down, you can see that it changed to 3 total answered. So now we can answer the rest of the questions. And when we arrive at the last question, you can see that the next button is grayed out. This is because there is no next question after the last question. So if we scroll down, we can see the total time elapsed. Again, it runs throughout the screens. Then the total answered questions is 5. This is because Gurukul doesn't actually count the current question you're on as answered. This only happens when you go to the next question. This means that if you're on the last question and you've answered every single question previous to it, this total answered should be 6. Because we have 7 total questions and Gurukul doesn't count the current one. However, since it's 5, this means that we've either missed a question or we've skipped it. In this case, we did skip a question. So if we go up, we can either go previous and answer the question, or if we want to purposely leave it blank because we don't know the answer and we don't want to guess, then we can simply click Submit Quiz. And as you can see, Gurukul automatically tells you how many correct answers you got and how many incorrect. And if you want to go into more detail, you can click OK. From here, it will give you the full quiz breakdown. From here we can see essentially the categories you inputted to create the quiz, and then the dashboard down here. When we say you've had 7 questions and you got 3 correct, the total marks obtained and how many marks total. So as you can see, the marks are assigned randomly for each of the questions based on their difficulty level. So if we scroll down, we can see that each of the questions have 2 things in them. The answer is either bolded or it has the text correct beside it. If it is bolded, that means we selected that answer while attempting the quiz. However, if it has the correct text beside it, that is the correct answer. And so for this question, we can see we selected tags, and that is also the correct answer. If we go down, this unfortunately we selected custom line interface, but the correct answer was command line interface. So, and let's suppose we have an issue with this question, we disagree, or we found an answer that was incorrect. What we can do is either like or dislike this question if we like it, but if we found an issue, we can click flag and then report this question and say this issue. And we can submit it to the Gurukul portal developers, and they will look at the question, review your answer, and make changes accordingly. And we can do that for each of the individual questions we have in the exam. However, if we scroll up to the top, we can either create a new quiz by clicking create new quiz, or we can click this download button beside it and download all the questions as a PDF. And as you can see, again, it creates the title, and each of the questions we have is now in a PDF format, which we can print or use if we don't want to use the Gurukul interface. Also, if we go back, we can download with the answers. So now each of the questions will have an answer with it, and it will have an explanation depending if it actually needs one. If it's not just a fact, or if it needs calculations and explanations, it will show you the actual explanation for it. So now, once that's all done, we can go back and click create new quiz. And once we've done that, we can see we navigate to the original page that we created the quiz on. So that's it for this video. Thank you.